Hi, welcome to the part 2 of this tutorial. In the first part, uh, by the way, we are building a game, simple game. I'm calling this balloon shooting game. In the part 1, we added the assets required for the game. We added the gun image and balloon, and then we created a symbol for bullet. And then we wrote some script. This is the initialization function, which we are calling from the script for the first frame of scripts layer. And in this, we are hiding bullet and balloon instances because those are not the ones we are going to use for the game. We are going to create them dynamically. And then we registered an event listener on document so that the event listener is for key down, and if the key is space bar, then we want to fire a bullet. And we saw how to create the symbols dynamically and also tween them dynamically. So this is the function that fires bullet. And then we also added a function to spawn balloons at regular interval. So in this tutorial, we will see how to destroy balloons once the bullet, any bullet hits the balloon. Now, before we do that, I'm going to add tag name to the balloons created. So first, I'm going to save this as balloon in a variable called balloon, and I'm going to set the tag name. And the tag is going to be balloon. And we will shortly see where this tag name is used. Okay, so when a bullet is fired and if it hits balloon, we want to destroy that balloon. So what we are going to do is add a event listener on bullet object. Okay, so we'll say bullet.add event listener, and the name of the event is collision. And when this event happens, we want this function to be called on balloon hit, which we will write the next. Okay, so on balloon hit function, this is the event handler, and the event handler function receives an event object. The event object contains two objects which are collided. The first one is the object on which the event listener was called. In this case, it is going to be bullet. And the second object is one with which bullet has collided. So the first thing we are going to do is we are going to get the tag name from the second object, or the object that has collided with bullet. So there is event dot the name of the object, second object variable is obj2, and we are going to get the tag name from that object, and we are going to check if the tag name is balloon. Okay, so if the tag name is balloon, this means bullet has hit a balloon. Okay. So all we are going to do for now is just destroy the balloon object. Okay. So event.obj2, that is the balloon object, and then we are just going to call destroy on that. So let us save this and let's see if this works. Yep. So there you see, once the bullet hits balloon, the balloon is destroyed. Okay. So the next step is we want to add a few sound effects. So I have a couple of sound files here, calling them balloon pop dot wave, and the second one is gunshot dot wave. Now I'm going to first create a function to register these sound files. Okay, so I'm just going to create a function called load sounds, and we are going to use a utility function in Adobe Animate Game Manager, and the name of the function is register sound. And we are going to save the sounds in a folder called sounds. I don't have that created yet, but I'm going to create that next. So the path of the first sound file, which is for gunshot, is sound/gunshot.wave, and we need to give an identifier for the sounds, which we will be using in our program. So I'm going to call this gun_shot. Okay. Similarly, I'm going to register a sound for balloon pop, and the name of the sound file is balloon pop, and again the identifier, I'm going to call this balloon popped. I also have one more sound file for background. It's handled a little differently because let's first register the sound for that, and then I'll tell you what's the difference between the two sounds that we have registered and the background sound. Okay, so the function is same, register sound, it takes the path, then the identifier. The third argument to register sound is callback function. And for now, what we are going to do is once the background sound is loaded, we are going to set a flag called background score loaded to true, and I'm going to declare that here and initialize that to false. Okay, so the difference is that these two sounds, gunshot and balloon, are going to be looped once, and background is going to keep playing till the user is playing the game. So the loop count is going to be different, and one more difference. So when the game is loaded in Chrome, Chrome doesn't allow sounds to be played automatically unless some user interaction has happened. For example, in our case, when user presses space bar to fire a bullet, that is the interaction, and once that is done, any interaction with the page, only then the sound is allowed to play in Chrome. So what we are going to do is we are going to check in the key down if the sound is loaded, okay, and if it is not already and the background score is not already playing, then we will start playing the background music. And I'm going to add one more variable here, so background score playing, which is going to be false initially. And in key down, I'll say if background score is loaded and background score is not playing, then we want to play the background score. So it's going to be, we will use another utility function called play sound from the game manager, and here we use the identifier that we had registered the sound with. So in case of background, the registers, we register the background music or sound as background, and we want to keep it looping, so the loop count is -1. The -1 indicates that it is going to keep looping. All right, so background score is taken care. We have registered sound for gunshot and balloon pop, but we haven't used them yet. So when does the sound gunshot happen? So whenever you fire a bullet, the sound should be played. So again, we'll call, so in the fire bullet function, we will call play sound, and the identifier is gunshot. And we want to loop this only once. And when does balloon pop plays? It's when balloon is hit with the bullet, and that happens in on bullet hit function. So before destroying, we will play the pop sound, balloon pop sound. The identifier is balloon popped. Okay, so with this, let's see if the changes we have made are working. Okay, so it's not playing because I haven't copied sound files. Okay, so if you see the code, it's expecting the sound files in a folder called sounds. So I'm going to copy these 3 sound files, and this should be in the output folder. So I'm going to create a folder called sounds, and there I'm going to copy these files. Make sure it is the sound folder is created in output folder, because when you are playing this game in browser, it is actually this file, balloon shooting game.html, which is published, and that is playing in the browser. So the path that's specified here is with respect to the HTML file. So that's why it needs to be the sound file, sound folder and files, they need to be in output folder. Okay, let's see if this works. Okay, it is not working because I made another mistake here. I have written all the functions but haven't called load sounds. So we are going to load sounds in the initial function. Okay, let's test this again. Okay, now the background music is also playing. Okay, so you would have probably heard bullet and pop sound twice. That's because the loop count should be 1 if it needs to be played only once. So I'm changing this to 0 and this one to 0. Let's test this. Okay, that sounds better now. So in the next part, we are going to add score to the game.